A new study shows how to beat the guardrails on AI models. MIT researchers develop a way to prevent AI from manipulating images, and can shorter work weeks really lead to higher profits? These are the top tech news stories on today's Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love, CIO of IT World Canada and Tech News Day in the US. In a recent development, researchers from Carnegie Mellon University, the Center for AI Safety, and the Bosch Center for AI have discovered a way to bypass the guardrails of large language models like ChatGPT, Bard, and Claude. These guardrails are designed to prevent the production of undesirable text output. The researchers have found a method to automatically generate adversarial phrases that can undo these safety measures. The study, titled Universal and Transferable Adversarial Attacks on Aligned Language Models, reveals that large language models can be tricked into producing inappropriate output by appending specific adversarial phrases to text prompts. These phrases might seem like gibberish, but they're designed to make the model provide an affirmative response to an inquiry it might otherwise refuse to answer. The researchers' approach finds a suffix, a set of words and symbols that can be appended to a variety of text prompts to produce objectionable content. This is achieved through a technique called greedy coordinate gradient-based search. The researchers initially developed their attack phrases using two openly available large language models, Vicuna 7B and Llama 2.7B Chat. They found that some of their adversarial examples transferred to other released models, Pythia, Falcon, Guanaco, and to a lesser extent to some commercial large language models like GPT 3.5 and GPT-4, Palm 2, and even Claude 2. The researchers argue that the ability to generate automated attack phrases may render existing alignment mechanisms insufficient, and they call for more robust adversarial testing before these models are released into the wild and integrated into public-facing products. MIT's Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Lab has created a new tool called PhotoGuard. This tool is designed to stop unauthorized changes to images made by AI models. PhotoGuard uses tiny changes in pixel values, which are too small for the human eye to see, but can be detected by computer models. These small changes disrupt the AI model's ability to manipulate the images effectively. There are two ways PhotoGuard makes the changes. One way targets the AI model's understanding of the image, making the model see the image as random. The other way defines a target image and optimizes the changes to make the final image look like the target. In simple terms, PhotoGuard adds a layer of protection to images, making them resistant to manipulation by AI models. And this could be a big step in addressing concerns about copyright infringement and unauthorized image manipulation. Samsung has reported a significant 95% drop in profits for the second consecutive quarter in 2023. The South Korean tech giant attributes this decline to a decrease in smartphone shipments, which it says is due to high interest rates and inflation. In Q2 2023, Samsung's profits were about $523 million US. This is a huge drop from the roughly $11 billion US it made the previous year. A report from Counterpoint Research indicates that the U.S. smartphone market fell by 24% year-on-year in Q2 of 2023, with Samsung experiencing a 37% yearly decline in shipments. This resulted in Samsung holding 23% of the total U.S. market. However, Samsung remains optimistic about the future. The company is banking on the launch of its Galaxy Z Flip 5 and Galaxy Z Fold 5 to help offset these losses in the second half of the year. T.M. Rowe, the head of Samsung's mobile division, stated that he expects global foldable sales will exceed 20% of all Galaxy flagships. And the latest data from a year-long pilot program testing a 4-day work week shows that both workers and their workplaces benefit from reduced hours. The study, conducted by New Zealand-based nonprofit 4-Day Week Global, involved companies from various countries, including the US, Australia, and the UK. The findings revealed that the workers were more efficient and able to maintain a better work-life balance, but interestingly, even as work intensity dipped, company revenues grew by 15%. Additionally, a third of employees reported they were less likely to leave their jobs. Democratic Rep. Mark Takano in the U.S., who has led legislation to make a 4-day workweek law, applauded the report's findings. He believes the 4-day workweek is here to stay and that it's time for the 32-hour workweek to be implemented. Under Takano's proposed legislation, the Fair Labor Standards Act would be adjusted to make the workweek 32 hours, with workers eligible for higher overtime pay if they worked over 32 hours. As fanciful as that might seem, the success of the pilot program has prompted some U.S. companies to test the idea. For instance, a Chick-fil-A in Florida launched a 3-day workweek and received 400 applications for just one job. These are the top tech news stories for today. Hashtag Trending goes to air 5 days a week with a special weekend interview show called The Weekend Edition. You can get us anywhere you get your audio podcasts, and there's a copy of the show notes at itworldcanada.com/podcasts, where you can get the podcast and instructions on how to put us on your smart speakers. We're also on YouTube 5 days a week with a video newscast, only there we're called Tech News Day, and we're part of the ITWC channel. And if you want to catch up on news stories more quickly, you can read these and more stories at technewsday.com and at itworldcanada.com on the homepage. We love your comments. Just go to the article at itworldcanada.com/podcasts. You'll find the text edition there. Click on the X underneath it if you didn't like the stories, or the check mark if you did like the stories. But please, tell us what you think. And if you're enjoying this podcast, why not send it to a friend? It would be a great thing to do. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a magnificent Monday.